afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Elite Weather. I'm your meteorologist, Mr. G, with your weather forecast for today. And today we're going to be talking about that severe weather that's possible across much of the Midwest and that winter storm and blizzard that we're going to be seeing over the northern plains and into the Rockies as well as we head into the day tomorrow. We're already seeing some showers out there and some thunderstorms through parts of the Midwest and down to the southeast along the Gulf Coast and into the southeastern U.S. as well. And we're starting to see some of that snow across parts of the Rockies and the northern plains as our storm really starts to gather itself as it heads out of the Rockies and into the central plains today. But right now we're taking a look at the Windy City, the beautiful city of Chicago, on a really interesting weather day today as we can take a look out over Lake Michigan. This is a live shot, ladies and gentlemen, and we are looking at beautiful cloud cover. Look at those stratus clouds. We're seeing a lot of different types of stratiform clouds. You can also see some rainfall in the distance. There was some rain on the camera lens as well. We saw a passing shower, so we will be seeing some scattered showers today. There is more rain to the north over Milwaukee, so we're seeing more persistent rainfall just to the north, but we are seeing passing showers and some rumbles of thunder across the Windy City at this time. But we're going to be seeing that continue as we see that warm front lifting up from the south, and we're seeing our area of low pressure is going to slide in from the west-southwest and to the upper Midwest, and we're going to see it make a hard turn to the left and head more to the north. So we're really going to be seeing that severe weather get started as we move into your Tuesday and your Wednesday as well. So let's jump into something I want to share with everybody right now, a new software that I'm working with. I've used it before, but I really want to dedicate some time to this software. It's a valuable tool and it's really beautiful to look at. So let's jump right into our radar as we explore what's going on across America right now. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to explore what's going on across America right now. I know that this map looks quite colorful. I'm going to be off screen for this because I want you guys really to see this map without my noggin being in the way there. So here we are as we're taking a big look at America right now, and we're going to zoom in on the area where we were just exploring in the beginning of our video, the Chicagoland area. So let's go ahead. I'm going to zoom in right now and we're going to take a close look. Look how cool that software is, ladies and gentlemen. This software is called WSV3, and if you want to check it out, just go to WSV3.com and you can purchase this software. And you know, if you want to use it for your own personal weather tracking and all that kind of stuff, you can do so. But right now we're looking at the southern Great Lakes here. We got Chicago as well as Detroit in our view here, and we're seeing a line of showers. This is a warm front that is lifting up from the south, so we're seeing a warm front with east to west orientation here. So we're seeing some showers and some thunderstorms embedded in there. There are a few embedded lightning strikes. I don't expect any severe weather out of this activity, but we will see some showers and storms lifting to the north here through the Milwaukee and the Chicago as well as Detroit. Now, when it goes out like that, it means that the software is refreshing the radar image. So again, we're going to be seeing those showers through the parts of the upper Midwest and into the Great Lakes. And we're going to have to zoom out here. We will go down across the southeastern U.S. where we are seeing another area of showers and some thunderstorms. And another thing that the software does is it shows me all the watches, warnings, the mesoscale discussions. So how we can see that we have a flood warning across the southeastern United States and into Florida. That is due to excessive rainfall. And right here we have the tornado watch down across South Florida and southern Georgia right now. So we are looking at a tornado watch in effect across the southeastern United States down here over Georgia and Florida, where we have some pretty intense intense thunderstorm, a special weather statement. We can click on what that says, and that box opens up on the other side here. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, great. Oh, that's not a good thing that it doesn't come up on the other box. All right. So anyway, we are looking at a a special weather statement. The National Weather Service is saying strong thunderstorms will impact portions of northwestern Hamilton, Eccles, and west central Clinch counties through 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from near Moody Air Force Base to 10 miles southwest of I-75. So we do have a severe thunderstorm, so a special weather for really strong thunderstorms right now, but they are below severe limits. We are seeing some thunderstorms right here through parts of the Florida Panhandle. We are looking at some what's called a single cell thunderstorm. So we are looking at some really strong, a line of single cell thunderstorms. They are in a line here, but we are looking at some really strong thunderstorms. And this is a good possibility to look for tornadic rotation in some of these thunderstorms. So these are the type of storms you would expect to look for tornadic. So I'm not surprised that the National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch down for this area. Whenever you see these single cell, supercell thunderstorms, these multi-cell storms like this, where they're sort of independent from each other, it's not a long line of connected storms. You can see a lot of rotation in these type of guys. We have some more thunderstorms developing here over southern Alabama, western Florida, and more thunderstorms developing down here across near Albany, Georgia, Fitzgerald, Macon, Georgia. But Atlanta, you guys are in the clear. A lot of cloud cover, some rain showers down to your south. But right now, you guys are in the clear as far as any severe weather is concerned. Let's move along the Gulf Coast right now. And we have a child abduction emergency. So an Amber Alert. This thing posts Amber Alerts. So there is an Amber Alert down across Harris County in Florida, in Texas right now. So they are looking for a missing child. So I can click on it and see what it says. Unfortunately, it doesn't show up on the camera. It doesn't show up on the WSV3 software, that pop-up. But it is saying that they are looking for that the following message has been transmitted by request of the Gonzales Police Department. This is a child abduction alert issued by the Texas Amber Alert Network. So they are looking for a small child that is missing down across southeastern Texas. We have a flood advisory in place. We are also looking at a fire weather watch. We are looking at dry conditions across West Texas and eastern New Mexico, where we are looking at high winds, very high winds. A red flag warning is in place. This is where we're going to be seeing a dry line set up over West Texas that could provide some isolated severe thunderstorms. Some of those thunderstorms that are high altitude storms with those beautiful mesos, where you can see that rotating wall cloud underneath. These tend to be low precipitation producing thunderstorms, and they tend to produce long rope tornadoes or stovepipe tornadoes because they are elevated, so you don't usually see those powerful wedge tornadoes. These are beautiful to look at. These types of storms that you see across the high plains a lot over the Dakotas and in southern Canada in the summer, those high elevated thunderstorms are really beautiful to look at. Typically occur over open areas, open fields. They don't always cause a lot of damage. They can, but you don't typically see them. We'll see them over West Texas They are really great for storm chasing and collecting data and things like that. Um, we're seeing a lot of winds across the Rockies, the Southern Rockies, down into Southern California as well. A lot of winds today as our storm is in the north, to the north, but down to the south. It's pulling in a lot of that dry air down across the southwestern United States and over Texas, northern Mexico, and off of the Pacific. It's pulling some of that air into that storm, so it will provide that dry line across western Texas. And then as we go to the north, where we see our snow starting to take place, we are going to zoom in over Rapid City, South Dakota, and eastern Colorado. This is an area where we could see the most snow from our blizzard, where we could see in excess of 2 feet of snow from our blizzard conditions. Hot Springs, South Dakota, Rapid City, South Dakota, eastern Colorado, Luck, Colorado, we're looking at here. So we're looking at all things starting to develop. It's still warming up for rain in this region here along the I-90 corridor. We're seeing it warming up for rain, but to the south and west, it's now cold enough for snow all the way down to the I-80 as we go through southern Wyoming, Casper, and Riverton. We're heading towards the Salt Lake City area in northern Utah. Let's zoom in on Salt Lake City, northern Utah, Ogden, the I-15 corridor, and I-80. So we're seeing some rain showers to the north and west of Salt Lake City, but we are seeing some snow showers over Salt Lake City with mixed rain showers along I-15 down to the south, heading towards Provo and down back towards Las Vegas, where we're seeing some snow showers near Beaver, Utah, and Cedar City, Utah. This is beautiful ski areas as well. So we are getting down into those areas and down to St. George, Utah. You know, I almost got lost. I almost got left by a Greyhound bus in St. George. We stopped in St. George and I went to the bathroom and to get some food from McDonald's. And when I came outside, the bus was gone. I ran out and I saw the bus on the corner. And luckily I was able to run out and catch it before he turned that corner and got back on the highway. So I remember those days back when I was a young man. I almost got left by the bus. I didn't have money to get a hotel for the night because I would have to wait till the next day to get on another bus. So anyway, so that is the look at my new tool here to help you guys with some of these weather forecasts. So we are going to move on with our forecast and talk about that severe weather and that blizzard that's going to be causing a lot of problems as we move into the rest of this week. Okay, guys? All right, folks, let's move on with the rest of the weather forecast now. I hope you guys all enjoyed that tour of America with my new software that we're working with right now. And let's take a look at our national maps as we look at our current radar situation. And we have some severe thunderstorms down here across the southeastern United States. South Georgia and Florida. There is a tornado watch in place right now as we have some vigorous thunderstorms right along the Florida Panhandle and South Georgia. Some pretty active storms in place right now. We do have a stationary front over that area, so we will be seeing some scattered showers and storms hanging out along the Gulf Coast. And then to the north, we have our warm front associated with our developing storm system that's going to be arriving out of the Rockies and into the Midwest, and that is going to be moving across the plains and headed towards the northern Great Lakes. But right now we are seeing some rain showers with an embedded thunderstorms in place as well. No severe weather taking place at this time across the Great Lakes and into the upper Midwest. And to the west, we have some snow developing across the Rockies. So we're seeing our storm system where our low pressure center is at this time. It's going to be moving out of the Rockies and into the plains. And we're going to be seeing that come into the plain states with those showers and storms developing and that severe weather, we will see our area of low pressure intensify as it heads to the north. It's going to go due east and then turn to the left and head towards Canada, and we will see a negatively tilted system develop there and lift off towards the north and east with that severe weather that's going to take it a little bit further north than was originally forecast, and we're going to jump into that all in a moment. Here we are with our current temperatures, and we're seeing it quite warm across the southern United States, the central plains and the southern plains, and down along the Texas coast and along the Gulf Coast toward the east there. We're seeing those temperatures in the 80s. A few 90s is going to pop up as well as temperatures rise throughout the remainder of the day and into the evening hours. And we're going to be seeing it warm up across the south and the eastern United States. And those warmer temperatures will extend up into the Midwest and the Great Lakes as well. We're going to be seeing temperatures in the 70s as far north as Chicago and Milwaukee and Detroit as well. We can see temperatures flirt with 80 even. And in Minnesota, we got our first 60s in the forecast. So definitely things are starting to warm up out there across the Midwest. Going to feel more spring-like. Unfortunately, we have to have the severe weather because that's just part of the transition. And here we are as we look at our dew points. We're seeing those dew points start to warm down here along the Gulf Coast and the southern plains, where we have those dew points in the upper 60s and into the lower 70s as well. Those dew points will warm further to the north, into the Midwest, and into parts of the Great Lakes. We're going to be seeing those temperatures in the 50s in the dew points and maybe a few 60s creeping there. You're going to need those higher dew points to sustain those severe thunderstorms and to help achieve the liftoff point for those severe thunderstorms. And if you don't quite have the high enough dew points, you can still have a severe storm. You just need other ingredients to compensate, like your wind shear. You need good wind shear. That is the air that's changing direction with height. You need good wind shear, and you need an anchor. An anchor is like a front or an area of low pressure in the area. You need something to get that atmosphere to twisting and moving, and you need something to create lift. So even if you don't have 70-degree dew points everywhere, I say you could get away with dew points in the mid-50s to support a severe thunderstorm, but you just need some good lift, and you need a good trigger in place to make that happen. So as is with lots of severe thunderstorms, a lot of storms are conditional. A lot of ingredients have to come together in order to produce those severe thunderstorms. It's really hard to produce a severe thunderstorm, especially a tornadic storm. That's not easy to do. There's a lot of things have to come together for that. And here is another instrument that has to come together for that. It's going to be our winds. Our winds provide energy. Those strong winds that you see coming from the southwest are headed towards our storm. And they are headed towards our center of circulation there across the northeastern Rockies before our storm head into the plain states. We are seeing winds across the southwest through the southern Rockies and the southern southwestern deserts in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range. We have several wind advisories, high wind warnings in place across the western half of the United States through from Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and into Southern California as well. We're seeing Santa Ana winds blowing across Southern California. Some of those winds can reach 70 miles per hour. So we are dealing with our increasing winds from our developing storm system. Here is a look at our map of our storm, or our track that our storm is going to take. And today, our storm is over the Rockies. You can see it right there over the Rockies. Tomorrow, the storm is going to head due east into the central plains above Oklahoma and Kansas. So we're going to see our low pressure center move into Kansas before on Wednesday we see that hard left turn toward the north into Minnesota. So our low pressure center will move into Minnesota and Wisconsin on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, southern Ontario, Canada, and north of Michigan. So our storm will intensify with that turn to the left and turn to the north. Now that turn to the north is a good thing for me personally, because here in Minnesota, that turn to the north will make the cold air shift further to the west. So we will see more warm air coming to Minnesota, hence highs approaching 60 degrees tomorrow and through the into Wednesday, because that warmer air is going to live further to the north. So we have a better risk now of seeing the potential for thunderstorms here across the Midwest, across Minnesota, with rainfall but not snow, like we saw last Friday where we had snow and a thunderstorm and a severe thunderstorm at the same time. We won't see that this week, but we will see more traditional thunderstorms tomorrow as we have warmer air in place instead of being that cold, close to the cold core of the storm. And there is a possibility, a slight, a decent, I would give it about a 40% chance that the upper Midwest through Minnesota, Wisconsin, western Iowa, and Nebraska could receive the dry slot. And if you get dry slotted, which is an area of dry air that gets pulled in to really powerful storms, a dry slot will minimize precipitation totals. So you will be sitting around wondering, where's the storm? Well, that's kind of what happens with these powerful storms. And so here's a look at our severe thunderstorm threat for Tuesday. And we have our significant significant threat for severe thunderstorms across the upper Midwest here, eastern Iowa, Illinois. My mother-in-law lives in western Illinois, northwestern Illinois, near the Quad Cities, so I gotta make sure that they're gonna be safe and can go down to the basement, because they're gonna be in the bullseye for that other area of severe weather tomorrow. And then further down to the south, across Missouri and Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma and northeastern Texas and northern Louisiana could see the other end of this storm with those severe thunderstorms, where we can expect very large tornadoes with large hail, damaging winds, and flash flooding. I think heavier rainfall will fall to the north here across the upper Midwest through Illinois and Wisconsin, and as well as into Iowa. We're going to be dealing with that potential for EF2 and EF3 tornadoes. So very large tornadoes are going to be a threat. St. Louis, Kansas City, you're included in this too. You're not going to escape this. And into Indianapolis, you're going to be seeing that potential for a likelihood of severe thunderstorms tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, our severe threat shifts more toward the north and east through the Ohio Valley and western areas of upstate New York and western Pennsylvania. So Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Louisville, Cincinnati, Dayton, Akron, you guys are going to be under the gun for that severe weather tomorrow. Tornadoes will be a possibility. Large hail, damaging winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. Heavy rain and flash flooding is going to be a concern as well. But you have at least a chance of severe thunderstorms all the way down the spine of the Appalachian Mountain Range and to the southern Mississippi River Valley and to the Gulf Coast. So Baton Rouge in Louisiana, New Orleans, Mobile, through Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Alabama, Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, Roanoke, Virginia, West Virginia, Charleston, Pittsburgh could see that severe weather tomorrow. So millions of people will be under the gun and have to pay attention to those weather warnings tomorrow with that severe weather. Here's a look at where our storm system is. Looks kind of discombobulated right now across the Rockies. Storms tend to do that a lot when they come into the West Coast. They get kind of shredded a little bit. A lot of shearing take place going over the tops of the mountains. The Rocky Mountains are quite high. A lot of peaks are over 10,000 feet. So they do kind of distort the storm a little bit. So we're seeing our snow showers through parts of Wyoming here, again through western Montana, scattered throughout Idaho, some snow across Oregon and Washington, and we're seeing quite a bit of snow over in Nevada and the Salt Lake City area over in northern Utah. We're seeing some heavy snow taking place right now, but all of this will be moving out across the northern plains. We are starting to see heavy snow starting to develop near Rapid City, South Dakota. Again, that's going to be our snow bullseye. It's going to be Rapid City, Sioux City, Aberdeen, Sioux Falls. So South Dakota is going to be the bullseye for our heavier snowfall totals that could exceed 2 feet, and they're already getting started right now. So here is a look at our watches and warnings for our storm. As far as our winter storm is concerned, we have a winter storm watch over northern Minnesota, and we have a winter storm warning over northwestern Minnesota. But our blizzard starts near Fargo and Grand Forks and extends across all of North Dakota, southwestern South Dakota, south central and north central South Dakota. So Pierre, Bismarck, all the way down to Rapid City, Alliance, even into parts of northwestern Nebraska. And we have a winter storm warning through Wyoming as well. Casper, Buffalo, Cheyenne. It's going to be dealing with about 12 to 18 inches of snow over that area. Here's a look at our snowfall forecast, our totals. 12 to 18 inches for the most part through the Dakotas, northwestern Minnesota, and Wyoming, but some areas can pick up as much as 24 inches. Look at the Casper area and Rapid City, we can see as much as 36 inches. So 3 feet of snow is already possible, and mind you, it's already snowing near Rapid City and Casper, Wyoming as well. So let's track our storm as it makes its 3-day track across the country. And starting today, here is our storm over parts of Utah and Colorado. All right, we're seeing those temperatures in the 40s over the northwest, over Boise, Medford, Oregon. But we're seeing those temperatures in the 30s near South Dakota, Riverton, Wyoming, Denver, Colorado, 65 degrees because you are to the east of the low and you're in some warmer air being pulled up. So you're going to be seeing some rain showers initially. Eventually it will change over the snow, and we're seeing snow over western Utah and over the Sierra Nevada. We're going to be seeing some snow and over northern Nevada. So our storm then moves to the Midwest tomorrow. We're going to start to see our area of low pressure down to southern eastern Colorado and Kansas. Our warm front will extend east across Kansas through Wyoming and over central Illinois. This storm will have a secondary warm front. So we're going to see rain showers over Minneapolis, warmer temperatures. Our snow will start near St. Cloud northward, Duluth northward. So we're going to be seeing snow northern and western Minnesota, back through Rapid City, South Dakota, where those temperatures will fall into the 20s, and we're going to be seeing snow showers all the way down to Salt Lake City, Boise, Idaho, and through Denver as well. You will start to pick up those snow showers, and then on Wednesday, our front lifts north and it's moving through Minnesota on Wednesday. That snow will be continuing across northern Minnesota through the Dakotas, but we'll have rain showers, maybe around the freezing rain along the Minnesota and Wisconsin border. We can see some freezing rain over eastern Minnesota and western Wisconsin. That includes the Twin Cities. Accumulations will be light, a little bit slippery in the overnight hours, Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning. But we'll see those severe thunderstorms to the east of our cold front over Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. So we're going to be seeing that severe threat along our warm front and our cold front, where we have a triple point set up that we will see that severe weather. So that is a look at your stormy weather forecast for this week. I do have to report that things look a little bit quieter after this storm for a little bit. The pattern will change. We will see warmer weather out west, and our storms take a little bit different track. The models are showing me some of the storms going due north into Canada out of the Rockies. So I see a little bit of dryness for the Midwest and the South for about a week or so before we start to see a pattern back to more wet weather. So my name is Mr. G. That is your weather forecast. Forgive me if this video is a little bit long. We got a lot going on right now. So leave your likes, comments, subscribe. I will see you guys all later, and be safe tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye.